This album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was.
Keep it in Brooklyn, y'all.
Little something like this.
Funky sound, funky this and funky that. You can work day and night, you can practice all your life, but I still take
Yeah, it's Hot 97 Hip Hop and R&B. Mr. C at noon. We just got off the air from doing the final installment of Black Fist Fridays. I got my Juice Crew brother in the building. Wow. Put it down for Black Fist Fridays. Yo, every producer that's out right now is this man's son or daughter. The first hip hop producer ever to sample James Brown.
Wow. That's what's up.
I mean, this dude has produced for anybody and everybody in the music industry business, not just the hip-hop industry, but just the music industry, period. Yeah. My Juice Crew brother for life, DJ Marley Marl in the building. Marley.
What's up, brother? How you, man?
Legend. What up?
It felt good to, get some of those joints off, man, because I haven't played, like, that type music in a while, because I work at the sister station over here at WBLS, so we do the adult thing, so, took me back to my Future Flavor roots. Felt kind of good.
Now, for the youngins that don't really know about your history,
right?
Tell everybody how you got started in the music industry game.
Well, basically, I got started. I was an intern in 19 so-and-so. I was an intern way back in the day, and Mr. Magic was introduced to me through Bob Lee. And Mr. Magic heard me mixing. He said, "Yo, could you mix on my show?" And I became the intern for Mr. Magic's show for 2 years, rocking out for 2 years with him. I was an intern for 2 years before I got a check, putting in work. You remember how Magic was? He had you working hard.
Right.
So he had me working and learning everything about the board, the radio, everything on the side, like promotions and stuff like that. So I finally, got a gig with WBLS, and we became back to back all day. Mr. Magic, Marley Marl. When you hear Biggie say, "Mr. Magic, Marley Marl," a lot of times people think I'm Mr. Magic. No, it's two people he was talking about.
Right.
Sir Juice was Mr. Magic. He was the top of the chain of the Juice Crew, top of the food chain.
Right.
Sir Juice was Mr. Magic, and we was the Juice Crew.
And for people that don't know who Mr. Magic was,
That's
Mr.
right.
Magic basically was the first radio personality to play hip-hop on the radio in America, basically, period.
He brought it out.
And Marley Marl was his DJ, and they had a show in the early 80s, mid-80s called The Rap Attack.
Rap Attack.
Went from WHBI,
Yes.
which was a public access radio station here in New York City, then moved on to WBLS, and the rest was history.
Yo, yeah, we made a lot of history at BLS. Those was back in the heydays of BLS. And, throughout my whole career, I traveled through other stations,
right?
Because I went from BLS, then I came over here to Hot 97,
right?
Then I went to Power, then I came back to BLS because BLS, that's where I came from. My heart was there, and I felt that they wasn't doing so well, and I was like, look, let me go back over here and see what I could do, because this is where I started out at, and it worked out really well.
Now, when you and Mr. Magic, rest in peace, when y'all did the Rap Attack in the early 80s on WBLS, y'all had some rivals at another radio station at 98.7 Kiss FM called Red Alert and Chuck Chill Out, where you really used to go at it. Y'all had y'all radio wars. Tell everybody about how that went down.
Well, it was crazy because, it was in the beginning of rap, so we started playing rap on our station on WBLS, and then they hired Red Alert and Chuck to go over at KISS to go up against us. Now we're starting to battle. Now we're playing rap tunes. Now everybody's bringing I remember everybody's going back to school on Monday morning with a Red Alert tape or Mr. Magic Marley Marl tape or Chuck Chill Out tape saying, "Yo, you heard what they played? Heard what they played?" So it started getting competitive. Then one day, KRS-One tried to be in the Juice Crew. He came to Mr. Magic, and Mr. Magic didn't like what he was saying on his tape, and said, "No, you want real hip hop? Marley Marl, Roxanne Shante, MC Shan, Mr. Magic," and that started the Bridge Wars.
And the bridge is over.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how true this is, but growing up listening to you guys with the radio wars, I heard that there would be a time that you and Mr. Magic would be on the air, and y'all would have a little radio listening to Red and Chuck. And let's say if Red and Chuck would play Top Billin', y'all would either play the record at the same time, just so that y'all can get the listeners to kind of listen to both records at the same time, and then you would cut up Top Billin', and vice versa. I heard they would listen to y'all. Is that true?
I think, to be honest, I never listened to them.
Okay.
I think they listened to us. I never heard them one time. The only time I used to be alarm used to stick up when Sammy B used to fill in.
Okay.
Sammy B was nice.
Now,
back in
Sammy
the
B
day.
was the DJ for the Jungle Brothers.
That's right.
For
He
those
used
that
to
don't
fill
know.
in for Red Alert sometime, and I would often wonder why they didn't have him on more because he was really dope.
Okay,
He
cool,
was
cool.
real dope.
And then you started producing, and you was the in-house producer for the legendary Juice Crew.
Right.
Tell everybody about the Juice Crew. Everybody who was down with the Juice Crew, all the artists that you produced for that was in the Juice Crew.
Well, definitely. We start with Big Daddy Kane, of course. We start with Cool G Rap and Polo. We got Biz Markie, Master Ace, Craig G, Roxanne Shante, and MC Shan, and Tragedy. They was the younger guys in the Juice Crew.
And Master Ace, Craig
Master
G.
Ace, yeah. Those were the early parts.
I remember when I now you're speaking of Big Daddy Kane.
Right.
Now I used to DJ for Big Daddy
That's
Kane.
right.
So our first album, Long Live the Kane, we recorded that album at
House of
Marley's
Hits.
house in
House of
Astoria,
Hits.
Queens.
Yeah, that's matter of fact. That's before I even moved upstate. That
Right.
was in Astoria.
Yeah, we recorded that album in your house in Astoria.
Wow, that's
and
right.
I remember there was two stories that I specifically remember recording with you when we did the Long Live the Kane album into It's a Big Daddy Thing album. One thing I remember is we was recording a song from the Long Live the Kane album called On the Bug Tip.
Right.
It was a song with Kane and
Yes.
Scoob Lover. One of
Yeah.
our dancers was rhyming with Kane.
Yeah.
And if you listen to the record, you can go to, you can Google it or whatever. You listen to On the Bug Tip, Big Daddy Kane. At the end of the record, you hear like a banging where you hear somebody banging on the banging on something, and it was like we was trying to create like a lunchroom vibe. If you remember, like going to school and banging on the table and rhyming back in the days or whatever the case is, we was trying to create that vibe. And I remember I was banging on your door. On your studio door, creating the beatbox vibe, and Kane was rhyming. So, it's just we used to do crazy things in the studio to create different types of sounds and effects and so on and so forth.
We was kind of low budget, so we try everything. We making records off of 4-track.
Right, exactly.
4 and 8 tracks. So we was
exactly.
really doing
And then when you moved upstate and we was recording the Big Daddy Thing album, we did a song called The Wrath of Kane.
Right. Woo.
And this is like the early parts of you moving upstate, and we recorded that song. And I did the cuts on Wrath of Kane,
Yes.
and I remember you didn't have the turntable set up on a table. The turntables was literally on the floor. And the scratches you hear on Wrath of Kane, I was cutting up on the floor on my knees, cutting up the scratches on Wrath of Kane.
And they was hot.
And the scratches was hot.
And it was hot.
And so I just remember those moments, man. And the House of Hits, your crib upstate, man.
No doubt.
So many legendary artists has been up there that you
yeah.
produced. Won't you name some of the artists that done passed through the House of Hits?
From P. Diddy to Jay-Z to Big Pun. Big Pun got a chair. He used to come up to my house and we used to rock the radio station up at the crib, and Big Pun had a certain chair. And he would just go up there and tear things down. Who else? Everybody you can name. Busta Rhymes. Everybody.
LL.
Wu-Tang, LL. We did the LL Mama Said Knock You Out album there.
Right.
We won that Grammy. And, it's a lot of things that happened up there. I'm thinking about making it an historical place.
Yeah, like it definitely, the House of His should definitely be like a landmark spot.
Yeah.
Because also, I don't know if it's still in your crib, but also in the House of Hits. And I have to bring this up because Marley is such a historian. But the old Hot 97, we used to be on Broadway.
That's right.
1996 Broadway in
right.
Midtown Manhattan. Marley has the old Hot 97 studio in his house. You still have it?
Yeah, the whole room.
The whole
console.
the console, the
furniture,
whole board, the furniture,
seats,
everything.
the speakers on the wall, just like it was in the radio
Right.
station. I had somebody
Unbelievable.
install it in one of my rooms at the House of Hits, and it's the official Hot 97 room.
So when we moved to this building that we at right now,
That's right.
they was getting ready to throw that furniture away. They was getting ready to throw the board
That's
away.
right.
And Marley brought it.
That's
brought
right.
the whole old Hot
The
97
whole room.
studio.
The whole room.
The whole room.
Everything that was in the room, I
brought it.
and had it installed.
If you
upstairs.
get a minute, please take some photos and
No
bring it
doubt.
up here so we can post it on hot97.com.
No doubt. I still got Angie's name written in the wood. I still got Rodrigo's name. I got everybody. The Hot 97 Dream Team that we had back then.
When it first started
That's
back
right.
in
When it
'93.
first started with the first poster that we took in front of the World Trade Center
Right.
with everybody. I mean, it was from that time.
You got to take some photos of the old studio and bring it up here.
Of course.
Let everybody know when you're on our sister station. Now, before you let everybody know, everybody, out there that's watching. A couple of weeks ago, the station that owns Hot 97, MS Broadcasting, brought WBLS.
Yes.
And so now Hot 97 and BLS is one family, and Marley Marl is on our sister station, WBLS. Let everybody know when you're on and when do you do your thing on WBLS.
Well, for right now, I'm on every day at 12 noon with Shayla, my girl Shayla. The middays, we do it up real big. And on Friday nights, we have something called Golden Era Radio. It's something that something that Mr. Magic started, and I'm just keeping the tradition going of what Mr. Magic started with the Rap Attack. It's the same similar type of thing, but we're just keeping good vibes, good energy, good music, good mixing, and good
what time
memories.
that comes on? Wednesday,
that comes
every
on
Friday?
8 o'clock, Friday nights, 8 o'clock.